have failed. They will now go to these people who have 500 cars in his house. Eh? You are not serious. You don't even know. So do you think that because we are not? Oh, and then the economy. You see, what we are doing right now is that the first one is, and then it's going to trickle down. Trickle down. Are they? $12.5 billion Lagos Calabar Coastal Road to Nowhere contract given to Shaguri. $720 million. Apapa Port upgrade rehabilitation awarded to Shaguri. We are yet to know who is collecting this Lagos Airport project money, or who is collecting the project of $500 million of renovating Lagos Airport. Maybe Shaguri. A lot is going on, and these guys are cashing out big time. Him telling you about revenue is increasing. This is the GBT I'm talking about. Inflation has taken over 50 to 60% of the value of what you have in your pocket, because your currency has lost its value. It has lost over 700% value in the last 10 years of these rogues. Now, whatever is left in your pocket, you have inflation that is taking over 50% of that already. Useless. But they are cashing out, making deals that continue to take out hundreds and billions of dollars worth of contracts without National Assembly's approval. They call it presidential infrastructural fund. Tinubu created something, right? He called it Presidential Infrastructural Fund. There is no law that set that up. And what is that fund? Tinubu, it was from that fund that Tinubu said is taking a loan of $21 billion. $21 billion. That's the plan. So the money that the National Assembly has now given him to go ahead to go and borrow. The money doesn't need appropriation. The projects or whatever they want to put up, the fake project they want to put up, requires no bidding, no competition. Presidential Infrastructural Fund. That is where Frostos Otobokeyamo said they are pulling out $500 million for Lagos Airport upgrade. At the same time, their report said, they are taking the money from Afrexim Bank. At the same time, the same Frostos Otobokeyamo said, the money to upgrade the $712 billion they want to use to upgrade the Lagos Airport is coming from the money saved from subsidy. They know what they are doing. Let's give them different confusing, information. Let them keep battling with it. If they say, what did you say the last time? I told them it's from money from subsidy. I told them it's money from Presidential Infrastructural Fund. And yet the truth is that the money is a loan that will be taken from the Afrexim Bank. The money that you have to pay over 30% interest back on. Frostos Otobokeyamo will use $500 million to renovate the airport in Lagos. Kotako Airport in Ghana, one of their biggest regional airports in West Africa right now. Very beautiful. They said they built it from scratch. John Mahama, who now came back to be their president now, built that airport. And the total construction, the entire budget was $250 million. Double of that money is what they want to use to renovate Lagos. Apapa Port upgrade. Shaguri, $700 million. They don't even bid. They don't do bidding. Similarly, $12.5 billion. Lagos Calabar, 18 trillion naira project. No bidding. And they are telling people, and they are telling them that it is a PPP. That means Shaguri is going to be the one to give the money, source for the money, use the money so that I can put up a toll. Lies. They went on to go and borrow money for it. They took a loan. Nigeria took loan, which is part of the conditions that finally devalued your naira. They told Tinubu to devalue your naira. And they used the flowery word, fancy word, floating the naira. They said they floated it. Floated the naira. The floated naira jumped from 200 naira to $1 to what it is today, 1,600 naira to $1. But they are making people see that as a good thing. A state that was collecting 4 billion, 8 billion naira, when the naira exchange and all of that was around 420 naira to $1, which in itself, you can say how much is $1 billion? So $1 billion will be 4 billion. No, sorry, 4. Was that for 400 a billion naira? No, maybe not 1 billion. 100. Let's say $100 million. A state that was collecting $300 million, which at the time will give you somewhere around 8-9 billion. Abi? I'm gonna. Yeah. So that same state is collecting 20 billion. I don't even know if they get up to that too, but I'm just using that average now. Getting 20 billion plus its own local government. Exchange rate today is 1,500 naira to $1. And in some places, 1,600 naira to $1. Divide that 20 billion. You realize that this Alaye is struggling to get $150 million. Somebody where they collect over 300, $400 million in value. They are giving him $150 million today as allocation. But because since the entire thing don't crash, the naira don't crash enough that when you convert it, it will give you 20 billion, 18 billion. Tinubu and his gang devalued Nigerian currency, destroyed Nigerian economy, and they have been pushing that. That was a good thing for you. I'm not an economist, though. There are many things you can factor into money and say, okay, but there are other things. But would you say the value of 4 billion naira in 20? Baba, I'm like even talking as if to say we are talking about decades ago. The value of Nigerian naira under Bokuwari was like times 3 better than what you have under Tinubu. But they are telling you that it was done by Bokuwari, which is very convenient. Bokuwari and what he did, right, is not the only thing that brought you here. Tinubu and his gang, they went borrowing like tomorrow, no day. And the conditions they were giving them was they need to devalue the Nigeria currency. So they devalued Nigerian naira, and they came out and they told you that you saw those times that Nigerian naira was crashing. 700 naira, 800, 1,000, 1,002, 1,004, 1,008. Do you know that Nigerian naira has gotten to about 1,900 naira to $1 under these criminals in the last 2 years before it finally kind of stood at 1,600 naira today? The 1,600 naira that is stood at today is what they are now using as an achievement, as stabilization. They say it's stabilized. Meanwhile, it's the condition they gave to them: devalue your currency if you want this loan. They did. They came out, they told the media that they floated Nigeria currency. Market forces will determine. They shall use all those fancy words. At the end of the day, Nigerians who are importing stuff to Nigeria, they had no choice. It no even end there. Not only that they destroyed the currency stuff, right? They ensured that the same call, as part of the condition of the money it took from them, the same call accepted to impose further taxes, including import taxes and the rest of that. So the more people pay to import anything into Nigeria, the more it became unaffordable for the people in Nigeria. It is a simple economics, but the Ronukus and Tinubu specialists, they said it's the best thing for you. And no matter what you see about that, Tinubu is laying foundation, is taking critical decision when they are done. So the guy that put together their digital conference, I've been at digital summit, where they called all the poor man Peking. Chai, poor man Peking. Take a look at this one. Do I still have it? I think I did. Look at this one that attended their media summit inside the Aso Rock. That progressive spend the weekend chilling at Aso Rock Villa. Wi-Fi blazing, AC chilling, jollof steaming. Meanwhile, Obidients day online, typing rig and die with tears. Life sweet, I beg. These are the individuals, okay? The hungry, the hungry twats that they imported into Abuja to try to give orientation on how they will need to work hard for Kolu. if they want to keep enjoying free Wi-Fi in the villa, they want to enjoy the steaming rice, jollof rice, and what have you. So from that same training, the guy that put it together, it was on channels too. The guy that was crying because they told him to step down for the Benduikun, Israeli, their youth leader right now. So he's now the special advisor to Tinubu. So he's the one who put it together. Shegwade, no, Olusegun something. Or something. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So he's been praised for ideally, you see, all these young people, they need attention, they need recognition. Bring all of them inside Aso Rock. You go see how they go walk mad. They go enter all these obedient people everywhere. They will shake you get, in order to build their media toxic, push it further. So he said, this is not going to be the first time they are defeating the Obedient. He specifically called it the Obedient. He said they defeated the Obedient in 2015. They did in 2019. They did in 2023. They will do it again in 2027. It's not new. Now, look at the guy. Some said it looks like a tout. And I'm like, have you met Tinubu one-on-one? You better just keep it as seeing him on your screen. Here, the leader, they call him.
To use our digital strategy as part of an overall strategy to win the incumbent in office. And not only that, we're able to ensure that we elected a president that people initially said was inelectable. We elected him, and we have continued on that trajectory in the run-up to the 2023 elections. We were able to sell and push our candidates in spite of the noise, in spite of the lies, in spite of the distractions. So it's not as if we have not been dealing with these individuals before. Some of them have just changed their cloaks. They are no longer, maybe in the Obidients movement, are now in the coalition, but all the same, they are all the same people. And we have contented, we have beaten them 3 times. I will continue to beat them again if it comes into, a showdown for the elections. Because at the end of the day, we stick to the hard facts, and we admit where we have made some, certain errors that we feel require a couple of tweaks here and there. And our movement as progressives is not a lean to self-criticism. Most of these other movements that you have spoken about do not accept internal criticism. They victimize those who attempt to even, just try and criticize some of the things that, the movements, these movements are doing. We, on the other hand, we take in the criticism, we take in the feedback, because these feedbacks are important for us to be able to ensure that we pass on, we escalate to Mr. President and the appropriate authorities, so as to ensure that we do not have a continuous back and forth on things that are crucial to the Nigerian people. So be rest assured, we have handled them before. We have handled them not just in the presidential elections, in several gubernatorial races. I have been privileged in my time as a member of the All Progressives Congress to have participated in over 40 gubernatorial races across the country. And to a great extent, we have always trounced, these individuals. So they are not bringing anything new to the table. Their strategy has always been to attack. Our strategy has been to clarify, not be distracted from the issues, cut through the noise to be able to sell our candidates, cut through the noise to be able to sell our policies as a government, as an administration, as a ruling party.
That may not necessarily be true if I...
Oh, I should have let her finish. I'm cutting my time. That's a Shegu or something. Olusegun, Olusegun or something like that. Now Tinubu said media advisor be there too. Thugs, touts. So they say you can't really... They're putting crown on the head of a clown. will never make him a king. You know, it's just going to make him a PR jester, so to say. So these are the dredge. Because he was the same guy before they picked him, before Tinubu finally sort of like picked him. They said he's intelligent and all of that. Maybe he's camera shy, because I mean, we are not all that good. But when it comes to somebody who is a media person to president of a country, you would want him to be more articulate than that. But I'm not disappointed. This was him before they finally called him over. 1 second though. He's talking about people being toxic and they always want to... this was him sharing the phone number of Jonathan in 2012. You remember that time in 2012 when they are doing this Jonathan must go? That was him there. He was also the same guy, yeah, who shared the phone number of the then national chairman of PDP online. It was these same characters, or him himself, who called Egbere Jolantan fool. It was also among those who once carried the coffin of the same Jonathan. So those who are trying to tell you today that you abusing Tinubu, calling him any name you want to call him, do all of that, right? That is not how to do opposition. You have to do opposition with respect. These are mofos. So these are complete mofos that don't let them gaslight you into believing that they can dictate how you will treat them. Don't ever fall for it. They do come on my egun's diary political, and sometimes you know, when people try to want to make me feel like, you know, my ego, ignore them. I say, you don't ignore them. Ignore them, care. They are already brukus. They are not supposed to be here. And if they found their way here, the right thing is to actually cast them out. You have no idea that all this toxicity you are seeing today in Nigeria online space, these are characters behind the whole thing, right? So whatever you see anybody say about Tinubu or any one of them and what have you, even if I saw a video, an AI video online where Tinubu won't die like this for his hospital. And some people were like, what is all this? Has he got into this? Why can't you people just play politics? If you are one of them. I won't do it. Do you understand? Because if I would probably have picked it and just share it. It's an AI one. Tinubu won't die like this. Like it's like he's about to die in the hospital. It's fake. You have no idea what these guys did. From 2012, 2013, 2014, leading to 2015, and from then on. So they are only reaping what, and it's so crazy, right? That no matter what you do today, you will never reach that level of toxicity with these guys. You won't. But they went low, giddy. I'm telling you. And they still are. They are these hypocrites. They will tell you that as Yorubas, we are not supposed to insult elders. Guess what? They have their own elders they call elders. So Obasanjo will be one of those elders. Pa Adebanjo was not one of those elders that deserves respect in Yoruba land, because they are not associating with Tinubu. So it's that kind of hypocrisy, Sharai. So Shegun, Abina Olusegun Abade Shegun to Kolu is a glorified thug who currently lives in the palace. He is a court jester. Do you get that now? And there are many, many like him. Others are even saying that, after I watched that interview, man, I'm very sure this guy will become minister in Tinubu's second term. I said, you see? Iruiro Ouni Iborun. That's what Yoruba call it. Ironi Iborun. Because in the same Yoruba land, there are those who won't call black white. Never.
Bàbá red flag òun lélẹ̀ kò sí nǹkan míì tẹ́ fẹ́ sọ ẹ tó jẹ́ pọ́jọ́ tó ti kọ́kọ́ wọ ọ́fíìsì yẹn ló ti kọ́kọ́ bà ayé yín jẹ́ tẹ́ ẹ̀ ti lè jẹun tó blọ́ọ̀kì ọ̀nà àti jẹun yín ó yé yín kò sí nǹkan kan tẹ́ fẹ́ Ọlọ́run ti já yín pé olórí burúkú lélẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ̀ ṣe lè jáde kẹ́ ẹ rọra lè jáde kúrò lọ́fíìsì yẹn tẹ́ ẹ̀ rí ṣe ó ti yé yín ẹ̀yin lẹ mọ̀. So ẹnìyẹn tún wá jáde again pọ́n tó fẹ́ ṣe another 4 years ẹ tún campaign fún mo fọlọ́run tó ní ẹ̀mí mi búra ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ ilé fún yín for free tí màá yìí bá wọlé second time ìbá ti ráwọn ilé kan ní Ìbàdàn ní ìsìn tí China ti ń gbà gbogbo yín pátá wọ́n fi ń yá owó ni. I no fit lie for you o. If this man enter again, I swear to Almighty God, ṣé rí ẹrú tí àwọn bàbá wa ṣe ń gbà kan tán gbé ṣèní sí wọn lẹ́nu tán gbé sí gbogbo ẹ̀ lórí ẹ̀ ẹrú yẹn ó sì ń tún padà bọ̀ Nàìjíríà because gbogbo àwọn ibi tán ti já owó yẹn àwa ni wọ́n fi replace ẹ̀ ìyẹn àwa táwa Nàìjíríà kò sí àwọn tó ti escape bí àwọn ọmọ mi Yétì gbogbo àwọn Unity Mr. Kúnlẹ́sì àwọn ti bọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó yẹ yín ṣùgbọ́n àwọn táwa Nàìjíríà torí Ọlọ́run ti fi gbogbo ẹ̀ hàn wá báyìí ẹ tún ṣe mistake ẹ tún sọ pé kó tún wọlé again kò ní di pé kẹ́ ẹ jẹun ẹ kúkú gbàgbé oúnjẹ ẹ mọ̀ sunra yín jẹ ẹ sọ fún